I want to get to the issue of stress and pressure. What techniques do you use to control pressure, to calm yourself down? You know, the old count to 10 or breathing exercises or meditation, that sort of thing. The reason is Adam Scott. Adam Scott is Australia's leading golfer at the moment. He's the reigning US Masters champion. He's 33 at the moment. He's preparing for the PGA at the Oak Hill Country Club in the United States. Starts in a day or so. But Adam Scott, and I watch him on the golf course, I watch him at the press conference, he strolls. He seems very relaxed. A lot of the elite golfers do. He sort of strolls around and seems extremely relaxed. Now, because of the time difference, I had to catch up with him and pre-record an interview, which I did earlier today. As I said, at Oak Hill, preparing for the PGA. Adam Scott.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Can I put some pressure on you?
Yeah, if you must.
Okay, well, overnight Australia has lost the Ashes. We've got whipped in the rugby. We haven't had a tennis player anywhere near the top for a while. You and the PGA, the hope of the country.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I don't mind that because if it's not me, there are a few other good chances from Australia here this week. But it'd be quite something to bookend the year of majors with the PGA and add that to the Masters.
Well, I hope you didn't look to the cricketers and the Ashes for any inspiration, did you?
It's been a tough summer, especially the last month, which I've spent over in Europe and the UK for the Open Championship, having to listen to anyone English tell me all about it.
I must say, watching you I asked deliberately about pressure, because when you're playing, you're a stroller, as most top golfers are, strolling on the golf course. Do you feel pressure when you're out there or not? Is the mind just totally relaxed?
It's not totally relaxed. I think you learn to deal with pressure in your own ways. And, you have to learn how to control your mind and your thoughts and all those things. And some of it comes from experience, and some can be taught, and some is just natural instinct.
Well, you got any tricks you can pass on to us to calm ourselves down?
I got a good tip. You can focus on your breathing and really concentrate on slow breathing, or even simpler than that is slow walking. Just walk slow, and then everything starts to slow down. But when you're under pressure, it's really not slowing down. It's just kind of a normal pace.
What is the most pressure for you? Is it day one, first tee, or is it standing over the putt on the last?
I think the most nervous is day one on the first tee. There's been a build-up. You've been looking forward to it. You're excited. You're nervous. You're anxious to get going to see how the week unfolds. But then I think somewhere in the middle between the first and the last shot is the most pressure, because there's going to be a crucial point somewhere out there randomly every week that will either make or break your week. And there are a couple crucial shots that you'll understand carry a lot of pressure.
And that's when you're breathing and walking slowly. I've got to interview the Prime Minister probably tomorrow. Do you think that maybe if I walk slowly to the studio and do some deep breathing, it'll help? I don't know if I get.
It might. Funnily enough, I think it's not a bad thing to do, just to keep your thought process going at a normal rate, and when you're under a bit of stress, and things can work out a little better for me. Works for me.
You're obviously very fit. Do you ever wear a heart monitor to work out what your pulse is when you're playing?
Actually, I never have, but we've been talking about doing that this year just to see. But it's very hard to simulate a competitive round because we're not allowed to wear anything like that during an event. But it could be quite good television if we were allowed to, just for the viewers at home to kind of see where the heart rate levels get to on important moments.
Yeah, well, it's fascinating to watch it with the cricketers. It would be great with golfers. What is your resting pulse rate?
It's fairly low. I think it's in the 40s there somewhere.
Oh, don't.
Last time I checked.
Gee, well, don't slow your breathing too much or you'll pass out.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, it gets up there pretty quick when you're playing the last few holes of a major.
I bet it does. The serious point about golf, and I was talking about cricket and rugby and tennis, golf is sort of the headline sport for Australia at the moment because we have more players, as you said, there are others going around other than yourself, more players at the top and up towards the top than we've got in any of the other sports going around. That's good.
Yeah, it's very good. Look, golf's been really, really strong for Aussies for the last 10 or 15 years. Of course, we have our ups and downs where more guys are playing good at one time, but we've got such a strong showing on the US PGA Tour and the European Tour and the Asian Tour for a small population that we have. So golf's in great shape at the moment, and there are guys like Jason Day, who's a fair bit younger than me, who's already showing his world-class form and contending at the majors in an early age. So I think we're in for a lot more success at the top level.
Performance-enhancing drugs, as you're probably aware, getting a lot of attention in Australia at the moment. Various reports going through the various drug agencies around football, around rugby league, Australian football, rugby league. Do you guys get drug tested at Elite Golf?
We do. We brought in a doping policy in 2008, and it's run by the Tour and the European Tour, and it's random testing throughout the year. They test for everything. I mean, you just have to have one in this day and age in sport, in competitive professional sport. There's a lot at stake for everyone in every kind of sport there is. So we just need to make sure we have a clean slate and we're going out there competing on a level playing field.
So are you specifically tested when you win, or is it just random?
No, it's random. It's about 3 or 4 times a year. I would say, there's quite a lot of people they have to test, and they don't have a setup because we're moving around so much. It's all temporary setup. So 3 or 4 times a year, and it's seemingly quite effective. We haven't had any real issues other than earlier this year, an interesting one with VJ.
Yeah. Well, what would be a performance-enhancing drug in golf? Would it be something like a beta blocker that slows you? Well, I don't want to slow you down any further, but slows down the breathing, slows down the perhaps the shakes a bit. Would that be the go for performance-enhancing drugs in golf?
Yeah, I think that's about it, really. I mean, I'm not really sure that there's too much that's going to help you make that critical putt or calm you down to make a better swing when it really counts. But beta blockers have been identified for many times, and they're definitely on the banned substance list.
Yeah, you wouldn't want the uppers, would you? Or you'll be putting the 7 iron about 100 metres through the green.
Yeah, no, the upper is definitely not required under pressure.
Well, look, it's great to talk to you. All the best for the weekend. Congratulations on your year. It's just been terrific. You're still enjoying the golf. Often, I've talked to elite sportsmen over the years. They get to that pinnacle, they win the big one, as you have several times, and particularly the Masters this year. You're still enjoying it. You still look forward to turning up.
Oh, absolutely. I think obviously winning was a great feeling, and it took a little while to come down from cloud 9 there and refocus, but this is really the peak of my career, so I'm loving going out to the course every week and trying to compete, because I feel like I've got a great chance to win all these events that I've dreamed of winning. So I'm going to keep pushing while I'm in this stage of my career to kind of rack up all the majors I can.
Do you ever think about the future? Do you say, 10 years I'll be living in X, Y, or Z, I'll be back in Australia, or what I'll be doing, or do you just take it as it comes?
I think about it, but it's impossible. It's just a guess. I mean, I change my mind on about a weekly basis on things. So really I have to break it down into the year, then weeks of the year, and just one by one as we travel around the world playing, and see where I'm at and go from there, take it as it comes.
So no long-term aims in your mind, the back of your mind, not necessarily to do with sport, but to do with yourself?
Look, I'd absolutely love to live in Australia, before I'm really, really old, but I think I'll be able to make that happen one day. I don't know if I'll be playing on the senior tour when I'm 55 or 60 years old. I think that might be when I'm saying I've had enough of golf.
Yeah, but let's not say 55 or 60 is really, really old. I mean, with your pulse rate, you'll be 100 going round. Yeah, well, I don't know. The mind might be gone by then, Golf ages you quickly, and the grey hairs have already started creeping in. Ah, well, you can get rid of them. I really appreciate your time.
All right, thanks, Neil.
Enjoy the weekend, and thank you so much for speaking to us. All the best.
I will, no worries. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Adam Scott, Masters champion, preparing for the PGA at Oak Hill. And I'm indebted to David McCarthy from Mercedes-Benz Australia for helping to organise that interview for us. Adam Scott is a Mercedes ambassador, which is how we organised the interview. Thank you to David McCarthy, and thank you to Adam Scott. I mean, sort of off the practice fairway, preparing for one of his major tournaments of the year. Adam Scott, Australian golfer, this year's Masters champion.